Hey, what's going on, folks? I'm your dude Very High, and we stopped in this particular location because we noticed the gentleman behind us is a dealer. And today's video is going to show us and show you how to customize your dealers for LS Life. In today's video, we are going to cover their appearance, their location, their inventory, their weapons, and of course, their drip. We're going to adjust their wardrobe. So please, if you guys haven't already, subscribe to the channel to support us, help us grow. We're trying to get them PewDiePie numbers. If you like what you hear and you see, hit that like button. And if you got questions and comments, drop it down below in the comments section. Also, if you guys are new to LS Life, I urge you, check out my Ultimate LS Life guide. And if you're new to modding in general for GTA 5, you gotta check out my GTA 5 2021 Modding Essentials video. It's going to get you started on your foundation to GTA 5 modification. Also, check out some of the other videos we have on customizing a stash house and how to turn your character into any character in GTA and still make the bag. While still in the game, I'm going to hold the Alt key and Tab at the same time to take me to my desktop. First, let's take a look at our XML file. We're going to do that. I'm going to right click my Windows icon and go to my File Explorer. Once that's up and up running, I'm going to go to this PC and I'm going to locate my C drive. I'm going to go to Program Files, Epic Games, since that's what I play on, and then GTA 5, and I'm going to locate my scripts folder. This is where it's going to house our LS Life XML files that we need to edit. Next, I'm going to look for the LS Life folder. And once we get inside that folder, I'm going to look for the LS Life dealers.xml. You'll notice that the XML file is completely empty as we do not have a dealer hired at all. This is what it should look like. So now that we've tracked down our dealer we're going to hire, let's approach them and make an offer. Now that we've made our offer to our dealer and he graciously obliges, we're going to press the Alt and Tab key at the same time to get back to our XML file. Now, if you still have your XML file opened, you'll notice that the changes have not been made. Simply close the file and click Do Not Save, and then we'll hop back into our LS Life folder and reopen it from there. You'll now notice that there's a whole bunch of new attributes included in this XML file. So starting at the top of this document, you'll see that we have what is known as the hash. That will distinguish the look and 3D model of our dealer. Next is the position, their location within inside the game. After that, we have the inventory. That's all the product and armor that our dealer has. After that, we'll focus on the weapon section. All weapons will be contained here. And lastly, we'll look at the attributes as far as the pet data, looking at the clothing. Now, everything is always wrapped inside of these dealer tags. Each dealer has its own dealer tag, which is wrapped inside of an even bigger dealer's tag. Now we're going to experiment with inventory. Let's take a look and see what it is that our dealer already has on them. If we go up the different items in the product list, you'll see that he has 19 grams of this, 13 grams of that, and 22 grams of the green stuff. And he has no money. And you can also see his health is 200 and his body armor is 7. All right, so now that we know what our dealer has, we know what to look for when we hop back into our XML file. You'll notice that each product is labeled as is and with its quantitative amount, as well as armor and the amount of money that our dealer has on them at the current moment. So let's start editing some of these different values. You can put in any number you want, except there are some characters that are not accepted or recognized by the script, and we're going to demonstrate that when we get down to the money. So go ahead, make these values whatever you want, have fun with it, experiment, and when we get down to the money section, you'll see that I want to give him $500,000. Except I put a comma in there. That is going to be a mistake, and you guys will see why once we save this file and load back into the game. So now we're going to focus on reloading our scripts back in. Once you've saved your document, just press F4 on your keyboard, and if any additional menus show up, just press backspace till they disappear. Now we're going to type in the word reload with a capital R and an open and a closed parentheses. Once you've done that, just hit the enter key and you'll see it'll start to reload all of your scripts. Your game might pause for a brief moment. Now that our scripts have successfully reloaded, let's see if the changes we made to the XML file have taken place in the game. Let's interact with our dealer. If we look close, we can see that the changes to the product have definitely made a difference. Except when it comes to the money, it has not. That is because we added the comma, which is not recognized. Let's hop back inside of the XML document and make a few more changes. Let's take a look back at the money section. You'll notice that comma is unnecessary, so let's get rid of it. Let's focus on the weapons section. In this section, we're also going to need to replace the hash names. For this purpose, we'll go to this website I have linked in the description. There are various weapon types, all with different names that we can utilize. From small arms, melee, to assault, heavy machinery, and shotguns. When it comes to the weapon names, we're not going to select the spawn ID, yet the weapon name itself. We're going to focus on the combat rifle in this instance. We're going to head back to our XML document and paste in combat rifle and all the areas that say pistol to replace the pistol that our ped has. Make sure there are no spaces and you capitalize those letters that should be capitalized. For the component, make sure it says compact rifle clip 01. Be advised, not all weapons have a clip component, so further research is advised. We'll now be focusing on the secondary weapon, which will make a melee weapon, the machete. It's the same process, we'll just replace the name with machete. And this doesn't necessarily have to be a melee weapon, it can be any weapon of your choosing so far as you know what you're doing. Let's head back into the game and reload our scripts again, and let's see if the changes to our weapons has taken place. Alright, you can now see that our pistol has been replaced with a compact rifle. My compact rifle may differ from yours as I'm using a weapons mod that you can see in a different video. Let's go back and take a look at the hash name. This is going to change the actual physical appearance of our dealer. We're going to go back to the website and reference to get a skin. These skins are a wide variety of different characters and NPCs from GTA 5. You'll find that some may work and some won't. It's going to take some experimentation to find one that works best for you in your situation. In this video, I'm going to go with this particular drug dealer ped right here. All we'll need to do is copy the actual name and paste that back into our XML file. Okay, let's replace the previous hash name with the one we just copied. Take into consideration that all of the previous details for this ped will still maintain their integrity, just the hash name is going to change the 3D model. So click save and reload your scripts back in the game. Congratulations, you're an alchemist. You've now successfully changed your ped from one to another via the hash name. Now we're going to interact with this ped and change its wardrobe further. I'm going to press F9 on my keyboard to initiate spooner mode. And then with my mouse, I'm going to right click on my dealer ped. This is going to bring up some options. If I go to the bottom of this list for this ped, it's going to give me ped options. I'm then going to hit ped options and look for wardrobe. We're given a wide array of options to choose from. Not every ped has the ability to switch objects or textures, but take notice the type and the texture selection. When it comes to the pet data and visual attributes, notice that the type and texture will be represented in our text document as well. Let's go ahead and experiment with menu and see what different textures and types we can get with our pet. When you find a clothing pattern or choice that you like, remember the type and the texture number, because we'll be putting those inside of our pet data to fully represent and reflect our changes in game. If we were to change our pet's clothing with menu alone, close the game and restart it, we would lose all of our clothing options. So we're going to take our different pet textures and types and place those into our pet data in the XML list. I took notes of the different file types and textures I wanted to use. You'll notice for the head, we have a head D and a head T. The head D is the type and the head T is the texture we want to use. The same goes for the beard, the hair, torso, legs, hands, feet, and accessories if applicable. Be sure to write down, take notes of the different texture and types that you want your dealer to have. We're now going to once again reload our scripts and see if our choices have been a success. And Yag Shamish, as you can see, our clothing for our pet has definitely changed and it looks as though everything is in order. Now we're going to move on and add more dealers. Everything within the dealer tag represents one dealer, nested inside of the dealers main tag. We're going to copy everything from dealer down to weapon, excluding pet data because pet data is exclusive to each pet. So let's copy that. And I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and create a new line. Down here, I'm going to write the same line that is above, a closed dealer tag. I'm going to go one line up, make a space, and then I'm going to paste in what I just copied. We now have a new instance of another dealer, and we need to change the ID from 0 to 1 to represent our second dealer. Now we're going to find a new hash name or replace the skin from the dealer we just used. I'm going to use this Jimmy DeSanta skin. I'm simply going to copy the name and paste it right over the hash for our second dealer. Keep in mind the two different types of Jimmy. We have the in-game Jimmy and then we have the cutscene Jimmy, which is at a higher polygon rate. So for performance sake, we're going to go with the lower poly in-game Jimmy. Alright, so inside of our document, make sure that your ID has been turned to 1. We're now going to change our dealer hash and paste in Jimmy DeSanto. The positioning is okay. It will just spawn on our last dealer. We're going to keep all the other attributes as far as the weapon the same. When the game loads in, it's going to create a new pet data. So let's go ahead and reload and see if our changes have been taken. It is a success. We now have Jimmy DeSanta with his own compact rifle and our first original dealer spawned in the game. Now we can have a little bit more fun. We can add more dealers. Remember to change the hash name and the ID. The ID always starts at 0 and subsequently will go up for each new additional dealer. So I've reloaded and look, we've successfully made more dealers. We've got Jimmy DeSanto, Lamar, a dang chimpanzee, and a fat cold-blooded chick, all with their own different weapons, AKs, miniguns, whatever and whatnot. When they're in the follow state, they will whip out their pistols when you whip out yours. Monkey see, monkey do.
Get the fuck up!
Take your filthy hands off me! I'll have that, thank you very much.
What the fuck?
Oh no, poor monkey has died, and he's got a lot of money in his bag. I'm going to be taking all of that, and then some. But let's dish out some retribution. It seems that we've started a gang war. This is going to be pretty interesting. Don't forget to have fun, guys. And as you'll see, not every pet is created equal or has that fighter's spirit. As soon as that action starts to pop off, you'll see what they're actually made of. Well, that is going to do it for this episode, you guys. Stay safe, stay dangerous, and by all means, don't get caught. Get praised from the Most High. And I'll see you in the next video for GTA 5 Ellis Life.